Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about camping. One of the things that I love about my life is that I get to camp for free year-round, almost always on public land such as National Forest or BLM. That's where I like to camp, but there are other places to camp for free. Some people go to the Slab City, which isn't public land. Some people will go to Corps of Engineer campgrounds or National Wildlife Refuges. There are more options. I spend nearly all my time in the Arizona desert on BLM land or on National Forest land in the summer. So those are the ones I like and do the most often. Now what I do is called dispersed camping. Now not just me, but a lot of us do this, dispersed camping. And what that means is you stay for free without paying anything. Now you're all familiar with campgrounds. You know, you've all been to a state park or a national park or a national forest, or even maybe some of you to BLM land, a campground. You go in a campground, there's a host, there's an iron tube, a lot of you get reservations anymore. At any rate, you pay for the privilege of camping there, and there's a host who cleans up after you and tells you all the rules. Well, that's not what I do. I almost never do that. I've spent less than $20, $30 in the last 10 years on camping. I just don't enjoy that kind of camping. I want to be alone. I want to be free. I don't want to have a host breathing down my deck. I don't want to have neighbors packed in tight like sardines around me. So I just don't do that. What I do is dispersed camping. It's a legal, technical option that the federal government offers on nearly all public land. There's a few exceptions, but not many. And you can just go and set up your camp and anywhere you go. So you go down, unless there's a sign that says no dispersed camping, and I do see those signs occasionally, especially the closer you are to a big city or a major metropolitan area. So unless there's a sign, I just assume all public land is open to dispersed camping, and there will be signs sometimes, but not often. So you drive down the road, you find a nice campsite, that's your camp. It's just that simple. You pull over, you set up camp. Every so often I'll see signs that say camp only in designated areas. That means that you can disperse camp, but they have chosen where you can camp and you have to camp there. I generally avoid those areas, but I have been in them occasionally. So I camp for free almost always in dispersed camping on public land. Let me add that very few national parks have public land. That's rare. A few do, not many. That's rare. You're going to be mostly national forest or BLM land. Those are both very common. But there are places where you can pay next to nothing or very cheap to camp. And I'm in one of those right now. I'm on Indian land. Now that's kind of odd, but all over the West there's tons and tons, and I'm sure in the East too, but on the West Coast there's just tons of Indian land, reservations, land that was set aside and given to the Indians, and they can camp on it. It's theirs, they own it. In a way they become their own sovereign nation in that land, and so they do what they want with it. It's theirs to manage. I am on Quechan Indian tribe land. I am just 10 miles from Yuma, Arizona, in California. I'm actually in California. I'm across the Colorado River. And just south of me, a few miles, is not even a few miles. I'm going to show you in a video. I'll turn around and I'll show you where all these things are. Just south of me is Algodones, and you've seen me and read about me and seen me in videos, talked about Algodones. I go to Algodones every year. I just went in and got a year's supply of my high blood pressure medications. And so that's what I'm doing here. And I camped. I come down here and I camp for a few days I'm right now on Quechan land. And while we were here, we went out and visited some people, and we found people here that are paying $86 a year to the Indian tribe, and that allows them to camp here for free for $86 for free for the rest of the entire year. Now, most of them don't stay year-round. It's just too hot. I mean, this place, whoa, Yuma is hot. I mean, 120 is not exceptional. Yuma is the warmest place in Arizona, I think, by far. One of the warmest in the entire country. Death Valley's hotter, but not by a whole lot. Yuma's really hot. Yuma also has an extreme amount of sunshine. Yuma has more sunshine than any other place in the country. More days of sunshine. I believe it's over 300 days a year you will get sun in Yuma. Everyone thinks Florida is the Sunshine State. It is not. It ranks like 15th of all the states in how much sunshine they get. All the rest above it are in the desert Southwest. Yuma's the most sunshine. Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, they have the most sunshine per year. But sunshine, of all cities in the United States, Yuma has the most. So that's one reason to come here, is you get a lot of sunshine. I mean, if you're using solar, you got an abundance of solar. That's not going to be a problem. You can also go south, just walk across the border and eat in Yuma, in Algodones, in Mexico, every day. You could eat at just not even a half-mile drive. You can walk there. I could walk there in probably half an hour from here, cross the border, eat, drink, come back. So I get all the low cost of Mexico and all the safety of America. It's really quite an opportunity for $86. Most of the folks here do leave in the summer. It's just too hot. But it's really a great thing. And I imagine the local Indian tribe, the Quechan, do keep track and do want you to pay, although I would think they'd be slow. My experience has been with the Indians, they're a little slow to buy things. But eventually they'd catch you, and not just $86 a year. Why not just pay it? Go in and say, hey, I want to stay. It's really, really an amazing opportunity. So let me look around. I'm going to zoom out and spin around, and you can see where I am and get a better idea for this land. So let me spin around and I'll zoom in and out, and I'll try to hold the camera as steady as I can, and we'll just see how well I can do. Great opportunity here to live really cheap. Really, really cheap if that's what you want to do. Let's take a look. So let me give you the tour of the area. Right now we're looking at the Q Casino, which is right on the corner of the freeway when you get off the freeway. So that's the Q Casino. And then I'll just go over here. So that's our camp. And here nearby are other people camping. These are just campers. I don't think most of them will be here year-round. So this road is a California 86. It goes up to the freeway and then south to Algodones. And I'm going to pan around, and you can see all the traffic on it, on there to and from Algodones. And now I'm pointing pretty much due west. Yuma is right over there, not even 10 miles away. So and Yuma's a large city, a very large city. You can get pretty much anything you want in Yuma. Best Buy, like 3 Walmarts. It's a big city. Everything you want is going to be there. And so that makes this a really good place to camp. It makes it cheaper because you can buy everything you want for a good price. And that's the All-American Canal. There's actually fishing in that's stocked, and a lot of birding and wildlife here because it's a canal, and you can see all the reeds. In fact, I'll spin around here and show you some birds. And you can actually fish in there, I believe, because this is Quechan land. That one of the guys that lived here told me that because this is Quechan land, they can issue their own fishing licenses. So by staying here for $86 a year, you can also fish in the canal. Pretty sweet. As you can see, if you're a birder, there's good birding here. Anytime you're along the water in the winter in the Southwest, you're going to have birding. So if you're a birder, this would be a very good place for you. Continuing our tour, we're continuing along the All-American Canal. That's not the Colorado River, it's just nearby. Now, here, we are actually looking at Mexico. What we're seeing here is the nation of Mexico. That's the Q, very distance, just below the horizon, is the Q parking lot. You park there and go into Mexico. And just over here is the border crossing. So it's from here to there. It's not more than 2 miles. It's an easy walking distance. That tower is in Mexico. So it's just down there. I mean, really, really close. Okay, and I told you that there were people here that lived year-round. Now I'm going to zoom in again and pan around and show you them. So here's one of them. This guy's paying the $86, and he's here as much as he wants. He can be here 12 months out of the year if he can endure the heat. And he's probably in a pickup with a shell. I don't think he could endure the heat. I think I would be leaving, but maybe he does. And now we're coming into where is everybody at? I think we're about there. That's the road. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to see the white dots. That's all they are here at this distance. So dead center in the frame is one of them, and just to the right of him is another guy camping. That's probably a big rig, fifth wheel. Oh, there's several, 2, 3 little ones in there. Oh, there was one of them. I missed him. So there's dead center 1, 2, 3. There's dead center. But I think there's, and there's more than you can see. A lot of these, you're only seeing the top of the biggest rigs over the brush. A little cluster there. And there are many more. You know, the vans you can't see at all. They're all too low to be able to see. And so I think we walked over there. There's a good 20 or 30 people living over there. Not year round because it gets too hot, although I guess a few do. They run their generators and endure that. And then over here, you can't see them. There are more in the brush. I've walked it, so I know it. And one little more. There's another guy. And that's about all you can see. There's just a lot of people there. And then we're back. We've done a complete circle to the Q. Big Q casino. Now these folks could always go over there and dump their trash at the Q casino. They could use their restrooms. So it's not like you don't get anything for your money. You just get the right to be here all year and not be harassed, and be within very good distance of some very good shopping. Very, very good shopping. Easy walk into Mexico or drive into Yuma. You can see the freeway behind us. We're just that close to the freeway. We got good internet here. Although I think down in the valleys, which a lot of these people are, it gets really poor because they're below line of sight. Where we are, we get pretty decent internet. You can tell it's noisy. You can hear road noise, and road noise is an issue. Because of the Colorado River and the All-American Canal, it distributes the water. So there are fields everywhere. They grow crops year-round. It's it's January 2nd right now. And this is a common sight all around Yuma. It's a bus. Actually, there's a couple of them there. You can't see them behind the tree. That came in from Mexico, full of migrant workers. They're not migrants. They're people who live in Mexico. They cross the border every day. They go through the border checkpoint. They show their passports. The passport guards do a head check. People go through. People come back. And they have work visas. They come here and work. We desperately need Mexicans to work for us. Americans aren't out there doing the back-breaking labor of harvesting crops. There you have it. We're at the Quechan Indian land. $86 a year. You camp for very close to Yuma, to Mexico, to really cheap dental, really cheap prescription drugs. So we'll talk again, and I'll do this as a series. I'll go around. We'll go to New Mexico and talk about the New Mexico Park Pass. I'll start showing you more of my dispersed camping. I'll try to make it so you know how to find places. Let me recommend you go to my blog. I've talked about this at great length. I talk about details of maps and how to find places, and Google, the MVUM, and on and on and on, things you've never heard of before. In the description, I will have links. If you go and search those links out, you'll get most of the information you need from my blog. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You learned something. You're inspired. I can do this. I can pay $86 a year for a safe, pleasant place to live. Imagine that. You can do it. All you got to do is get in the vehicle and come down here, and you can do it. Until next time, subscribe to our channel, like us on YouTube, share this on public media, on all your social media, so that others can learn about this too. You can do this. I promise you. So we'll talk to you later, and until then, happy trails.